Thanks, Shoaib, for speaking with The Foreigner. You are a part of the 17th Mai committee this time around, and it is your first time, and you have been involved very, keenly in the preparation for the day, for the big day. So, can you run us through the events that the committee is planning for the big day?
Yeah, sure. The day starts off quite early with putting down flowers at different graves of national heroes or people that the committee feels need to be honored on that day. Amongst them, I'll be at the grave of the Norwegian writer Henrik Ibsen, and there will be several others. After that, the celebration starts with the children's march and all that, and we'll be leading that, leading all the different school children through the event. And after that, there is a lunch with the mayor. The mayor of Oslo invites the committee and a few other people. This year, actually, a number of people that were involved in the people who were involved in helping people after 22nd July have been invited, so that's a little bit different than normal, but other than that we have the lunch. After that again there will be a concert that the committee arranges, and after that I go home. So the day will end somewhere around 6-7 o'clock in the evening.
And this is the first time that the National Day is being celebrated after the horrific attacks last year on the 22nd of July. In that sense, do you think there'll be a different sentiment, in the hearts of the people, both Norwegians and foreigners, when, they walk and celebrate in Oslo the National Day?
The Norwegian National Day celebration has been quite different from a lot of other places because the focus has always been on the children. And I think that will continue also now, and because of that I think as few things as possible will be different in the celebration itself. But of course everybody has this thing in the back of their mind, and I think many foreigners or minority people in Norway felt very different after the attacks because they felt that the attack was on them. That this was an attack on Norway, and many, for the first time, for some, felt that they were part of that. That they were the ones who were attacked. They were Norway, and I think in that sense, 17th of May, the way it's celebrated, with the focus on the children and things like that, I think is a part of gelling people together. So I see that in a positive light, and I think and hope that this will be a process that will be part of the healing process for Norway.
And you're a foreigner yourself, and of course you have been staying in Norway for the longest time now, and you've also been working on the issues of immigrants. So, in the context of the National Day, it celebrates nationalism, it celebrates integration. In that sense, how well do you think that an immigrant feels integrated in the Norwegian society?
It's quite, I think it's a very different experience. 17th of May has always been, like I said, because of the focus on the children and the way it's done, I think has been a day that many people who were born other places or who migrated to Norway feel that is a day that they can be part of. But Norwegian society as a whole has had some issues with accepting integration. Somebody can be willing to be part of Norway, but if Norway doesn't accept that person, it becomes very difficult. So integration has had some challenges, and I think in many ways for a lot of people the horrific attacks last year were an eye-opener, because they suddenly understood that this society we are part of, it's nothing that comes by itself. You have to do something for it. Of course, the first hours after the attack, the bomb attack, many people thought that there was Muslims who were behind the attacks. And a few less fortunate events happened with regards to that, but soon enough everything came out, and after that there has been a huge both healing process and a sort of a nationalism that includes. Because I mean, nationalism can be used to include that you say that, you know, these are our values and you can be a part of it, or it can be excluding that, saying that you can never be a part of this, no matter what you do. And the first kind of nationalism, I think, is good. The second kind, of course, has a number of places, a number of times, shown a very ugly side.
You've spoken about the challenges right now that, you know, the foreigners face, and what do you think is the solution? You've been working on, you know, the issues for a long time. So keeping these challenges in mind, what do you think can be done, you know, to minimize these?
I think there's a number of processes, and I think there is a number of. I mean, nobody can do this alone. It's a long process, and the problem with discussing the issue of immigrants in Norway is that different groups are lumped together. You have people who have been here for 30, 40 years, and then you have people who came here a couple of years ago, and they're lumped into the same group, foreigners. And of course you can't solve anything without differentiating between people, differentiating with regards to their challenges. People who have just arrived, you have a focus on language, then you have focus on culture, understanding the cultural context in Norway. People who have been here for a longer time mostly don't have those issues, and then you also have this focus on in school areas that, you know, so many people have foreign background. I'm not sure that really has anything to do with anything. What does matter, and what of course should be focused on, is if many people if many children in the school don't speak the national language, of course you have an issue. You have to give that school special kind of follow-up and things like that. But focusing in making this more or less. I mean, nobody in Norway talks about race, but in the end, it really ends up being that, because I mean, you know, somebody from Sweden or from Denmark or from Poland who have been here for a generation will be Norwegian because they look Norwegian. Somebody from Pakistan or Somalia or Venezuela will always be seen as a foreigner, and that. But nobody really talks about this as a race issue. So I think that we need to understand that when we are talking about how big percentage of the school children are minorities and this and that, what we're really talking about is race, and understanding that is vital to start solving the problem or the issues.
Okay, we'll just shift gears to a little lighter note now on my last question. You've grown up in Norway, and you know, you've experienced the culture, the people, the celebrations. So in that context, if we just keep 17th May in mind, any particular memory that you can, you know, recount from your childhood that you can share with us?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I grew up in Oslo for the first few years, and then we moved to outside the city. The last year I was in Oslo, I went to 4th or 5th grade. I was part of every school has a group that walks in front with the flags, and that year I was part of that group. Okay. And that was of course a huge thing at that time. You know, you drill in preparation for that, because you have to, when you pass the king's palace, you have to salute the king with the flag and things like that. And that was a huge 17th of May memory for me. And then of course we moved out to the city, and the focus is completely different. And I grew up in a place where there was no other Norwegian foreigners. I mean, in an all Norwegian school. And their 17th of May, of course, was completely different with focus on completely other things. And of course, you don't have the marches and everything like that, but you met at the school and had the celebrations there. But I think that year where I led the school, or the group that I was part of led the school, was probably the one 17th of May memory I have.
Okay. Thanks so much, Shoaib, for speaking with us. Thank you.
You're welcome.